Good afternoon and happy Monday, groovy citizens of Earth. As you can see, I am just now getting my workout in because when that alarm, well, let me backtrack. Got up this morning and you know how you dreaming that you have to go to the bathroom and then you wake up and you realize you really do have to go to the bathroom. It wasn't a dream. Well, that happened. And when I got back upstairs to my room, I looked at my watch and I said, dang, it's only 3:47 and my alarm is not set to go off until, well, it goes off at 4:15 and then again at 4:30. So I said, well, I'll just lay back down. That was the wrong thing to do. So I decided, as of today, when I have to get up like that to go to the bathroom, even if it's not time for me to go to get up to get ready to go to the gym, I'm just gonna get up and just go on and get dressed and get ready, because what that does is when you lay back down, it just interrupts the sleep, and so it is what it is. But anyway, happy Monday. I hope y'all had a wonderful weekend. I know I certainly did. But guess what, y'all? Not only is today Monday, but it's also the start of a new month. Today is November the 1st, as you know. And before you know it, we will be at Thanksgiving. Now, I'm not rushing it, so, don't think I am, but I'm just saying, because time is going by so fast. So I want each and every one of you to have a prosperous, productive, blessed November. I want you to be more blessed this month than you were last month and the month before that. Because, y'all, I don't know about you all, but I just feel it. I feel some great things coming for myself, but I also feel some great things coming for each and every one of you. So I wanted to share this packaging with you all because obviously I ate the food that was in it. My sister and I rode with her to Wegmans yesterday because she had to pick up a few things, and we were in the aisle where they have the burritos, and she had picked up a couple of burritos, and I said, oh, they have spanakopita. I love spanakopita. Now, this is by a company called Amy's. It's made with organic chopped spinach. It's Greek spanakopita wrap, creamy feta cheese, and it's only 300 calories, and this is what the packaging looks like. So if you go, make sure you try this out. Now, I will not even sit here and begin to lie to you. I don't know if it was the spinach or if it was the cheese, but I had to go into my thinking room quite often yesterday. So that's something, I'm only sharing that with you because, like I said, I know I'm lactose intolerant, and I can eat regular slices of cheese. That's not a problem. I even love the Baby Bell cheese, little round cheese rings. That doesn't bother me either. Now, I do use lactate milk. That's the only kind of milk. Oh, and speaking of, honey, we were walking by and something caught my eye, so I had to backtrack. And I said, oh my goodness, they have the eggnog out already. Now, I don't know if the regular eggnog was out, but Lactate makes, and Lactate is a brand in case you didn't know that, but they make eggnog. They also make chocolate milk, and they make 2 or 3 different types of ice cream. Now, they used to only have that boring vanilla, but now they make different flavors of ice cream. But Lactate has their eggnog out. So my sister was like, you want some? I said, absolutely. So I got me 2 cartons of eggnog. In fact, I'm gonna go home and have me a cup. How about that? Because if you know me, then you know I love eggnog. Oh my goodness. But I digress. So let's jump into today's topic. Today's topic is living an unfulfilled life. And I thought about doing this today. Actually, this is not what I was going to talk about today, but I thought about doing this today because my pastor preached on this yesterday. And honey, when I tell y'all he preached, y'all better believe it. But he talked about living an unfulfilled life. And he said there is a difference between existing and living. Most people go through life existing and they never really live. There's a thing also called failure to launch syndrome, where you live with no real sense of purpose. And we see this in the book of Exodus 25, verses 21 through 34. So that's Exodus, the 25th chapter, 21 through 34, by looking at the lives of Esau and Jacob. Now, many of us go to jobs every day that we don't like. Some of y'all even hate your jobs, but you go anyway because of the money, right? And that's at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. You don't go to work to make friends. You don't go to work to like your coworkers. You go to work to collect your paycheck every 2 weeks. However, and because it is nice when you have a job that you truly like and or love, so that you're just not miserable for 8-9 hours out of the day, or how many ever hours you work. So other people are in relationships that are I can't read my own. Oh, mediocre. Other people are in relationships that are mediocre, but they stay in them just to say that they have someone. I'm gonna tell y'all a little secret. I would much rather be alone than to be in a relationship that I truly don't want to be in. That, to me, that just makes no sense. But, you know, I'm not judging anyone, because I don't judge folks. I get why people do it, because they don't want to be alone. But me personally, honey, I'm never alone. I am never alone. Somebody, I was talking to somebody not too long ago. We were talking about that. I said, well, here's the thing. I never get a chance to get lonely, because there's always somebody around me. And I never get a chance to be alone, because, again, there's always somebody around me. But as long as I have myself and I have God on my side, honey, I am never alone anyway. But that's a whole nother video for a whole nother time. So if you're not walking in your gift, and you know what your... Lord, I can't read my own right. If you're not walking in your gift, why is it... I'm sorry, what? If you're not walking in your gift and know what your life is supposed to be like, then why are you living an unfulfilled life? Something like that, y'all. Sometimes I can't even read my own handwriting. But let me put my seatbelt on. I'm gonna make a few comments and then I'm gonna let you be, because I actually have an appointment in a little bit. But that topic was just a phenomenal topic, because, like I said, so many people go through life just existing. And what does that really mean, Michelle? Well, I'm glad you asked. That means that you get up every day and you have no real sense of purpose. You have no desire to do anything. You have no desire to go anywhere. You just wake up just to exist. And I'm not saying you're not thankful. I'm not saying that at all, because I'm pretty sure you are thankful. I know I'm thankful every morning that God lets me wake up. But you just have no real purpose in life. And it's not that God has not given you a calling, that God has not given you a purpose. You're just not living in it. You just wake up, you shower, you shave. Well, for those of you that do shave, you go to work, you work your 8 or 9 hours, you do what you're supposed to do. You don't do any more than that. And you come home at the end of the day, you have some dinner, and you watch TV, you go to bed, and you get up and do the same thing all over again the next day. But you have no real ambition in life, you know what I'm saying? And like my pastor said, you know, these are people that have never gone anywhere. I've been many places, too many to even try to name, but I've been many places. That's because I have a desire to see the world. Well, some of it anyway, not necessarily all of it, but see the world, go places, do things. I just enjoy life to the fullest, because life is so short. And even as I say that, a friend of mine called me yesterday to tell me that he found out that one of his good friends had passed away. That's why I tell people all the time, life is so short. You've got to get out and live life to the fullest, because it is too short to sit back and not live a fulfilled life. And there's no reason for it, to be quite honest with you. But I digress. And so he talked about the story of Esau and Jacob. And I'm pretty sure you all know that story. And if you don't, I would suggest that you go and read it on your own time. But specifically read the book of Exodus, chapter 25, verses, what did I tell you? 21 through 34, I'm sorry. And really read that story, because it's a powerful story. And so I just want you all to go out here and stop living an unfulfilled life. Go out here and start living life to the fullest. Now, because we are still in the situation with this pandemic, I'm not telling you to go out here and be reckless. I said go out and live life to the fullest and truly enjoy life, you know. And I get it that there are some introverts that don't really care to be around other people. I understand that. I really do. But go out there and find things that you can still do by yourself, because there's no reason why you should not be living life to the fullest. No reason at all. Okay? So, having said that, here's your takeaway. I came up with this morning before I left to go to the gym. And it simply says, trust God when it doesn't make sense. Trust God when there's no way out. Trust God when the odds are stacked against you. Trust God when you are out of options. Trusting God is a decision to believe that He can still turn your situation around. Now, why am I sharing that with you all? Well, I'm sharing that with you all because I believe a lot of times people live unfulfilled lives because they feel like, there's just nothing else left for them. That no matter where they go, they keep hitting a brick wall. But that's why I wanted to share that with you. You've got to trust God even when life doesn't make sense. Some of you are living unfulfilled lives because life doesn't make sense for you. And so you say, well, what's the point of living a fulfilled life when people are getting shot and killed every day for just minding their own business, being in the right place at the wrong time? So why should I live a fulfilled life? Some of you are saying, well, I'm in this situation, there's no way out of it, so I'm just going to start living an unfulfilled life. No, you've got to trust that God can fix that situation. Trust, not only trust, you guys, but you've got to trust and believe. That's the key. You've got to trust and believe. In my opinion, you cannot trust God and not believe Him. There's no way you can do that. I'm sorry. You can't make me believe otherwise. See, I trust God, but I also believe that He's going to do what He said He was going to do. And then you have people who feel like they have no more options, that they've exhausted every option that they possibly could have. Well, again, this is where your trusting in God and your belief in God comes into play. Stop living that unfulfilled, mediocre life just because you feel like you're out of options. You're never out of options. Let me tell you why. As long as you have God on your side, honey, you are never out of options. And don't you ever sit and believe that. And if you have been believing that, then you need to get that out of your mind. And then that's why I said trusting God is a decision to believe that He can still turn your situation around. Again, many of you are living unfulfilled lives because you feel like, well, this is where I am in life. I'm not going anywhere, so I might as well just deal with it and hope for the best, or just get to a place where you've decided you're going to accept things the way they are. No, I never accept things for the way they are. That's just like when you go into your doctor's office and he or she gives you a report. You don't just sit there and go, oh, well, it is what it is. So now I'm going to start living this unfulfilled, mediocre life because my doctor told me this. Honey, let me tell you something. I know a doctor that has never lost a patient. Somebody, y'all better stop, because I'm going to get happy up in here. So it doesn't matter what somebody tells you. It doesn't matter what it looks like. It doesn't matter where you are in your life right now. If you trust God and you believe God, God can turn that thing around. He wants all of us to live fulfilled lives. Let me share this with you and I'm going to let you be. It's just like the story I told you all about. Les Brown shared this story. I hope y'all can see me because this sun is something else, child. Les Brown shares this story. And he talks about the man who's on his deathbed, and all of the things that God gave him, all of the gifts that God gave him were standing around his bed. And can you imagine that? I need you to close your eyes just for a second and imagine that. All these things that God told you to do, they're standing around your bed. And they're looking at him, as Les Brown says, with large, angry eyes. And they're saying, we were given to you because only you could do something with us. Only you could make us into something big, but you didn't. And now you're dying, and we have to die along with you. Imagine that. That's a person that lived an unfulfilled life. That's a person that just existed and never really lived. And I don't want that to be you, and I certainly am not going to let that be me. because God has given me too much. He's blessed me with too many gifts and talents for me to sit back and live an unfulfilled life. Yeah, that's my time. I want you all to go out, have an amazing day on purpose, have an awesome month on purpose. Enjoy this week to the fullest. There's more in you. You have gifts and talents that have been given to you, and I need you to go out there and start making them happen. Stop living an unfulfilled life. Love you all to the moon and back. You know the drill. You know my spiel. There's nothing you can do about it. And we'll talk again tomorrow in my next car conversation.